The woman married into a wealthy family. On the first day, she directly squatted on the ground to eat the Western meal. This scene attracted all the guests to watch. No one imagined this wealthy family's madam would have such coarse behavior. The surrounding area instantly erupted in laughter. The woman felt more and more inferior hearing it. At this time, the CEO husband noticed her discomfort, so he picked up a plate of greens and without hesitation squatted down next to her to eat together. Immediately after, the old master also picked up a plate and joined them. The guests on site instantly quieted down. Instead, they all said eating like this was quite classy, and they would try it themselves in the future. The woman's heart warmed seeing how much they protected her. Couldn't help but have tears in her eyes. It turned out the woman originally worked on a construction site, working from dawn to dusk every day to earn her son's tuition. Her son felt distressed that his mom was too tired and started collecting recyclables at a young age. But the woman had a biased father who often brought her brother to snatch her money, not even sparing the money the little boy earned from picking up garbage. On this day, the woman's father had just snatched away their living expenses when suddenly a man in a suit came looking for them, wanting to ask the mother and son to help act in a play, willing to pay $100,000 as compensation. Just like that, the mother and son got in the CEO's car. At this time, they learned the CEO had always been pressured by his family to marry. With no other choice, he found people to pretend to be his wife and child. On this end, when the old master heard the CEO was bringing his wife and child home, he was overjoyed and immediately had his men go buy out the mall as gifts. At this time, the CEO's uncle whispers in his ear, sowing discord. The old master instantly also started having doubts. After all, suddenly having an extra grandson was indeed a bit strange. Before long, the CEO brought the mother and son to the old estate. The old master was just about to expose them when the little boy ran over and hugged him, continuously calling him grandpa. These few calls of grandpa made the old master's heart soften, so he brought the mother and son inside. Who would have thought the more the old master saw the little boy, the more he liked him, even completely forgetting his younger brothers, Midner. At this time, the aunt pretended to come over and get close to the boy, but secretly pulled out a strand of the boy's hair, preparing to secretly do a paternity test, planning to reveal the truth at the old master's birthday banquet. Very quickly, it was the day of the old master's birthday banquet. The uncle had also secretly investigates the mother and son's background, just waiting to expose the truth at the banquet. This way, with the CEO not having a biological son, their child would be able to inherit all the assets. Before long, the CEO brought the mother and son. The little boy personally painted a painting, giving it to grandpa, wishing him many children and grandchildren. The old master heard this and grinned from ear to ear. At this time, the banquet officially began, but the mother and son, who had never attended a luxurious banquet before, didn't know the rules and directly squatted by the wall to start eating. At this time, the guests, seeing this, all started laughing. The uncle and aunt were secretly delighted, thinking this time they would definitely be exposed. Who would have thought the CEO and old master didn't mind at all, and even lowered their status to help them resolve the situation. At this point, the uncle and aunt couldn't hold back anymore, so they exposed the mother and son's identities on the spot and said the test results would arrive soon. The woman was so startled she dropped her chopsticks on the ground. The old master's face instantly changed, pointing at the CEO and loudly scolding him. At this time, the test results arrived. The uncle obsequiously handed over the report, but he never imagined this boy was actually the CEO's biological son.